you feeling overwhelmed with the chaos in your home or simply want to give it a makeover? Today, I am sharing with you practical tips on how to transform your home into a blissful, safe, and environmentally space. I will take you through each step of the process, starting with basic design principles, material selection, color and lighting concept, creation of spatial illusion, and finding your own style. This video is meant to give you the basic foundation only, because each of these topics can probably be turned into an entire video series, as there is so much more to cover. Are you ready? Let's dive right in. Number 1. Starting the design process. The design process is the first step to a successful home makeover. It is important to have a cohesive design plan that meets your daily needs and reflects your own personal style. Let's talk about a few basic but important design principles before I share with you on how to kickstart the design process. As the famous architect Frank Lloyd Wright once said, form and function are one, meaning that the design of a space, and in this case, your home, should be dictated by both its intentional use and aesthetics. But good design isn't always about form and function. It's also about having a well-designed space that can inspire, uplift, and create a sense of harmony. And for me, this is where the ancient Chinese philosophy of feng shui comes in, which is all about the arrangement of our surroundings in a certain way to create a more balanced environment. Feng shui believes that everything in our environment has an energy, or qi, which is the essential connection between human life and nature. You can almost say that feng shui is based on the same principles as quantum physics, which states that everything in our universe is connected and is made of energy. According to feng shui, the arrangement of elements in a certain way, such as furniture, objects, buildings, or even entire cities, can help create a constant flow of positive energy that supports our health and happiness. For example, something as simple as creating clear pathways and avoiding clutter in your home to allow the gentle flow of qi is a feng shui concept that is also very logical. Another interesting and more complex feng shui concept is how to balance the 5 elements of nature in their physical forms and their corresponding colors to promote a sense of balance and harmony in your home. The 5 elements are metal, wood, water, fire, and earth. That said, it is important to note that while feng shui can be a useful tool for creating harmonious environment, it is not a substitute for good design principles and should be used in conjunction with other design considerations. You might be interested to know that there is a lot of famous people who believe in feng shui, from Bill Gates to Oprah Winfrey to Christian Dior and Victoria Beckham. Now that we have some basic concepts about form, function, and feng shui, and I call this the triple F principle, we can start the design process by first creating a mood board with images that inspire you to help you visualize your dream home. From there onwards, you can work with a professional to create a detailed design plan that includes everything from the layout to the finishes. For those of you who might not know what a mood board is a visual tool that designers use to gather and organize ideas and inspiration for a project. It is a collection of images, colors, textures, and other visual elements that help convey the overall mood and tone of the design. To create a mood board, start by gathering inspiration from a variety of sources, such as magazines, websites, and social media like Pinterest. You may also take your own photos or create sketches to add to your mood board. Once you have collected a variety of visual elements, arrange them on a board or digital canvas in a way that conveys the desired mood and tone of the design. For example, a mood board for a beach house may incorporate images of sand, sea, the sky, along with muted blues and greens, and natural textures like wood and woven fibers. Mood boards can be a useful tool for you and your interior designer in the conceptual design stage, because they can help communicate the overall vision and aesthetic of your dream home, and can also serve as a reference point in the future to ensure consistency throughout your home makeover project. 2. Choosing the right materials. Choosing the right materials is key to a successful home makeover, and there are a multitude of factors to consider. The 4 main ones that you want to keep in mind are 1. Functionality, 2. Aesthetics, 3. Durability, and 4. Sustainability. I call them FADs, F-A-D-S. For example, If you have children or pets, you might want to opt for durable flooring that look beautiful, but can also withstand wear and tear, including scratches and spills. So scratch-resistant flooring or stain-resistant carpets will be smart choices for you. We also want to consider the environmental impact of the materials. Before we dive into choosing the right materials for your home, let me first explain the difference between sustainable materials and eco-friendly materials because many people often get confused. The term sustainable is broad, and it refers to how efficiently a resource can be sustained or preserved for future generations. So think, is it renewable? And eco-friendly simply relates to whether the material hurts the planet, including its production process. Think, does it harm the planet? For example, bamboo is considered a highly sustainable resource because it is renewable, meaning it can be very easily sustained into the future. It is a fast-growing grass that can quickly regenerate from its roots after being harvested, and it requires very little water to grow. It also doesn't need fertilizer. The opposite would be non-sustainable materials like concrete and steel, which don't renew themselves. And they also require a significant amount of energy and labor to produce. In terms of eco-friendliness, not only does bamboo not harm the environment, it is actually excellent for our environment. Bamboo is biodegradable, 100% compostable within 2 to 6 months. It also produces 35% more oxygen than other trees and absorbs an enormous amount of greenhouse gases. Bamboo offers many other benefits to our planet, such as preventing soil erosion, and it is an excellent food source for humans and animals. Bamboo forests are also habitats for many animals, such as elephants, red pandas, birds, and many more. The opposite of eco-friendly materials would be materials like concrete, which is far from being eco-friendly. According to the United Nations Report on Sustainable Development, as well as BBC, CNN, and Energy Post EU, etc., concrete is, at the time of this video, responsible for at least 8% of global carbon emissions, which is huge. And the production of concrete also emits toxic substances linked to a variety of health issues. That said, new innovations and studies on green concrete are being made, and I'll be keeping an eye on that. Now that we've gotten the sustainability versus eco-friendliness definition cleared out, let's get back to choosing the right materials for your home makeover. If you need to get new flooring, furniture, and fixtures, consider using sustainable and eco-friendly materials like bamboo, cork, and reclaimed wood, which can help create a safe and healthy home while minimizing the negative impact on our planet. And instead of chucking away your tables, chairs, and cabinets, why not refinish them using eco-friendly paints to match your new color schemes or home style? With regards to eco-friendly paints, and for those who are not sure what these refer to, they are paints that are either odorless or with very little odor and contain zero or low VOCs, which stand for volatile organic compounds. VOCs are chemicals that evaporate readily at room temperature and can cause a variety of health problems like nausea, dizziness, respiratory tract and eye infections, and even heart, lungs, or kidney damages. I would highly recommend that you opt for eco-friendly paints, especially on large areas of your home, to keep you and your loved ones and pets healthy and happy. For furniture, reupholstery, bedding, and curtains, consider using natural fibers like organic cotton or linen. It is always a good idea to do a little research and to know the brands that you support and are available in your area, and always check the labels. When in doubt, ask an expert before you make a decision for your eco-friendly home. Ultimately, choosing the right materials is about adopting a thoughtful and intentional approach to create designs that are not only beautiful, meet the needs of the occupants, but also stand the test of time while contributing to a more sustainable planet. 3. Lighting and color. Lighting and color are two important elements that make a huge impact on your home makeover. First, let's start with lighting. Lighting is not just about illuminating a room. It's also about enhancing your productivity and creating a distinctive style for your home. When selecting lighting fixtures, it is important to consider the function of each room and choose lighting that complements that space. There are 5 types of lighting: natural lighting, ambient or general lighting, task lighting, accent lighting, and decorative lighting. I always recommend maximizing the use of sunlight before layering on other lighting to achieve the overall look and feel of your dream home. Natural lighting almost always make the home feel cozier, more inviting, and can also help reduce energy cost. You can maximize natural lighting by installing larger or bigger windows if you're doing a major renovation, or for quick home makeovers, simply rearrange the layout of your interior and remove any obstacles that are blocking your windows to open up that space. That could be getting rid of clutter, moving bulky furnitures like tall cabinets and shelves somewhere that don't block natural light. Next, layer the lights in your home and start first with ambient lighting, which provides a uniform level of general illumination to a space, such as ceiling-mounted fixtures and recessed lights. You would then want to add task lighting, such as table lamps for your work, reading, and gaming, etc., at specific spots, or under cabinet lighting in the kitchen. Accent lighting is excellent for aesthetic purposes, such as highlighting the paintings on your art wall or on your sculptures, or directing people's attention to that statement photography that you have in your living room. Lastly, decorative lighting such as pendant lamps and floor lamps can be placed in the corners, corridors, or under the stairs to create atmosphere and add a touch of distinctive style to your home. One of my favorite lighting pieces is Danish designers Verner Panton's Fun 10 DM pendant, and it is a striking design classic inspired by nature. The pendant lamp has strands of circled discs made of mother of pearl, and the cascading sculptural form is very elegant. The light that emits from this lamp is very soft, and I like to use a dimmer to cater the different functions that I have at home. This pendant lamp has multiple uses, and it's more than a lighting source. It is both ambient and decorative lighting, which not only illuminates any space, but also sets a great atmosphere. And when I open the windows to let in the summer breeze, the lamp transforms into a wind chime and creates beautiful music. It's a splendid art piece to look at, adding a touch of class and elegance to any home. I'm absolutely in love with this lamp and Verner Panton for that matter. My other favorite lighting piece is the onion pendant lamp, which I use as decorative lighting and an art piece to add visual interest in one of my home spaces. And it is also by Verner Panton. While beautiful lamps, or anything that's high quality for that matter, can be expensive, they are essential and can add a lot of character to your home. It really depends on how you want to budget your home makeover and where you want to spend your money. For me, investing in a beautiful home, especially beautiful lighting, is for the long term, so I'm more willing to invest more. These lamps and some other furniture pieces will be coming with me wherever I move to in the remaining part of my life. For those of you who are interested to find out more about Verner Panton, I'll include a link below. Bonus tip about lighting: as I mentioned, do consider dimmer switches to give yourself greater control over the intensity of the light source to achieve different moods and layering effects. I find this particularly useful, especially in the living room and dining room when hosting home gatherings and parties. Now, let's move on to color. The use of color has a powerful effect on our mood and emotions. It has the ability to calm, excite, or invigorate. It can also create depth of field and channel different energies. You want to start your home makeovers with neutrals. Neutral colors are defined as hues that appear to be without color, or they are desaturated colors, which mean very pale colors. The four most common neutrals are black, white, brown, and gray. Other neutrals include cream, taupe, beige, ivory, and even pale pink, which is desaturated red. Neutral colors are timeless and versatile, which is why they are often used in interior designs as base colors, especially for large surface areas such as walls and flooring, because they are non-competing and often create a sense of tranquility and harmony when used alone. Or they can also be used as reliable backgrounds to complement or show off primary colors, meaning red, yellow, and blue, and secondary colors, meaning orange, green, and violet, when tying a space together. Other common colors, such as softer tones of pale blues and greens, mimic the colors of nature and can also be used in large areas or in your rooms as foundational base colors. Now you might ask, how do I add other colors to my home to achieve a good balance with neutral tones? Here is where the 80-20 color rule for interior design comes in, and this principle can have transformative effects on your home makeover. The rule simply means that the majority of your home, or 80%, should be decorated in soft neutral colors, while the remaining 20% is where you can be playful and can experiment with bold colors and intricate patterns, which can be achieved by adding on accent pieces like pillows, curtains, throw blankets, and rugs. This 80-20 ratio is fail-proof if done correctly, and it provides the optimal color play balance for any space. The end result is a harmonious and visually appealing home. You simply cannot go wrong with having 80% neutrals as your base colors because it is very safe, having calming colors to take up most of your home space. And this ratio also allows sufficient flexibility for you to change up the 20% strong colors or playful personality of your home. You can simply make different covers for your throw pillows and change up the carpets or the color of your curtains to give your home a totally different look. Bonus tip: avoid over-mixing too many bold colors and patterns even within that 20%, as they can compete with each other and make the space look uncoordinated and overly busy. Earlier in this video, I mentioned that the ancient Chinese philosophy of feng shui associates the 5 nature elements with specific colors which can be adopted in interior design to promote positive energy flow. Let me give you an example on this. The wood element symbolizes vitality, growth, and new beginnings, which means you can use the corresponding colors of the wood element in your home or a particular room to promote growth or signify a new chapter in your life. Wood element colors are shades of brown and green according to feng shui. Rather than just painting your walls with these colors in your home, which you can if you want to, did you know that you can also boost the effectiveness of these wood element colors by adding some water element colors, which are shades of black and blue? The reason is simple and logical. Because water gives life to trees, which is where wood comes from. And that's why the water element can strengthen the power of the wood element. A similar logic applies to why the wood element strengthens the fire element, because, you guessed it, you need wood to start a fire. Now, back to the example of using water and wood elements and their corresponding colors in your home. You can be creative when combining these specific colors and the physical elements of wood and water together. For example, consider to complement your natural wood flooring with pale blue walls, add some beautiful potted green plants, and bring in actual water features such as a fish tank or a tabletop water fountain to the space, which would be a great combination of the wood and water elements in the room to bring in vitality and to promote growth in your life. Whatever it is that you want to do with lighting and color for your home, the key is to find the optimal balance by using good design principles and adopting some feng shui elements that you feel comfortable with. 4. Maximizing space. Maximizing space is important for any home redesign. And this is especially true if you don't have a huge apartment or house to start with, or if you want a smaller room in your home to look bigger. There are a few tricks that you can use to create a sense of spaciousness, and I'll start with the most obvious but often ignored secret. Declutter and simplify your home. This will not only create more space, but can also allow the flow of good energy and promote a sense of peacefulness that is essential for any homes. It is not possible to declutter 100% as we've carried so much stuff from earlier years, but you can balance out the space by creating a mix of open areas and cozy corners. Begin the declutter process by eliminating all unnecessary and unused items. It can be hard sometimes because, just like some of you, I used to keep so many items that I no longer use or even look at. Whether they're gifts from family and friends, clothing, holiday souvenirs, keepsakes from my childhood, and even my architecture homework from university. We all have these items that we don't want to throw away because they hold special memories. But this won't do you any good because you simply won't have the space to keep all these things. A rule of thumb is, if you haven't used or looked at that item for over a year, it means that you probably don't need it and that you probably won't miss it. Consider recycling, repurposing, selling, or simply donating the item. I try to make it a habit to donate whatever I no longer need to charities every December. It's for a good cause and it simplifies my home. It is a win-win for everyone. Some of you might ask, what if it's a memorable item that holds special meaning? Well, Well, provided that it doesn't take up too much space, then keep it. For example, I have a dedicated area in my home where I keep some boxes of memorable items, including old letters sent to me from my grandparents. If you have many of these, or some of them are large items, consider renting storage space outside. Now that you have decluttered and simplified your home to maximize space, the next step is to consider using large mirrors to make a space feel bigger by reflecting light and also more of the room. For example, having a floor-to-ceiling mirror or a large wall mirror in the living room or the dining room can create an illusion of a larger space while adding a touch of glamour to your home. Now that we're talking about mirrors, according to feng shui principles, avoid placing mirrors directly across from any doors, especially the main door to the home, because it is believed that mirrors, if placed without careful planning, can reflect your good luck out the door and promote an outflow of your wealth, which you absolutely don't want. Having mirrors across the doors in your home can also cause anxiety and restlessness every time you or other occupants walk from room to room because there's simply too much movement and distraction. Another secret to maximize space is by choosing multifunctional furniture such as a sofa bed, or select furniture with hidden storage that can keep your space organized and clutter-free, such as a storage ottoman that double functions as a coffee table. If your home has a high ceiling, you can get creative and leverage the height of your walls to your advantage by creating vertical storage. This can be floor-to-ceiling cabinets or shelves, which can add a visual interest to your home. If you have staircases, make good use of the space under the staircase and under each stair step, which can function as a drawer. The possibilities are really endless, so I'd encourage you to do your own research, examine the things in your home that you can leverage, get creative, and build on that. 5. Personal touches. Adding personal touches to your home can turn it into a unique space that reflects your own style. The rule of thumb is to only add elements that are meaningful to you rather than trying to display everything. You want to choose your personal touches very carefully to avoid cluttering the home. Some ideas for adding personal touches include hanging beautifully framed family pictures on a wall to add warmth, which many of us like to do, or displaying unique souvenirs from your travels, or interesting gifts from special occasions such as your birthday, graduation, or anniversaries. For myself, I have put together scenic photos that were taken during family holidays, and I've made them into canvas to decorate one of my walls, which I love. You can also showcase a series of artwork that you've collected over the years, or use a large statement, black and white photo, or a colorful contemporary painting as a focal point to add more character to your home. Other forms of personal touches could be dedicating a cozy space where you create music, or carve out a painting corner next to that window. And don't be afraid to make use of furniture passed down from the family, such as that unique dining table that belonged to your great-grandparents. And there you have it, my friends. There's really no fixed rules when it comes to your home makeover. What I shared with you are all basic fail-proof guidelines that I've learned and that I believe in. And trust me, I'm barely scratching the surface. The most important thing to remember is the principle of the 3 F's: form, function, and feng shui. On top of that, find a good balance between space and voids, proportions, as well as color and texture combination to achieve a cohesive interior. Try to visualize how your home would look like. Feel free to mix and match, and don't forget to have fun in the process. I'd love to see how you're approaching your home makeover and the end result. So please share with me photos of your work and any other additional tips that you find helpful. And if you want to find out more about specific design topics, drop me a line and I'll consider to make another video if there are sufficient interest from you. In case you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and thank you so much for watching. It has been so fun again making this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!